everyone, you are welcome on US Overflow. Today we will see how to calculate number of lines for HTML element. If I click on here, it will show 9, that is number of lines. So let's look into the code. Here I have three files, one is HTML, one is JavaScript and one is CSS file. First let's look into the HTML file. Here there is a one section. I want to calculate lines within this section. For that, I'm using ID text area and one button that is calculate lines. Once I will click the button, it will invoke the calculate lines function in the JavaScript file. It will take element that is HTML element using document.getElement by ID text area. After it will not find if element, then it will console that error element with ID text area not found and return. But if it finds the element, what it will do is at line number 7, it will get the CSS of that element and then it will calculate line height using style.lineHeight. Then it will take HTML elements offset height and it will use that to calculate number of lines and it will print on the console. Here, one thing is to note that we'll have to use line height using CSS, and I'm using this. What if I don't use line height? Let's say look into the browser. When I click here, it is showing that not a number. So we will have to include this line height property. After that, what if I do this style equal to display none? Let's look into browser. If I click here, it is showing number of lines in this element 6 because display for another section is none and it is why it is not calculating that hello. It is only calculating this is huge text. So let's again do this display to lock and now here if I click it is showing again 9. Again if I do visibility hidden and I look into browser, again we cannot see hello text here. But if I do click, I can see the number of lines that is 9. So if you use display none, then it will show only visible text. But if you do hidden, that is visibility, then it will calculate the number of lines that is hidden as well. Now here, since we are using offset height, so it will include padding, border, and content. So we'll have to remove border and padding if we are using in our styles. and then divide by number of, that is line height, then we'll get number of lines. Here, here, this is height, but if there will be padding and border, then we'll have to obviously remove that. That is, we'll have to do subtract from here. And after removing padding and height, padding and border height, then we'll get the actual content height. And then we can divide by line height, and then we get number of lines. Thanks for watching. Stay connected to Yours Overflow.